top of the 8th inning here at Wade Stadium. Larks lead it 6-5. Another tight game for Duluth. It's been that way the majority of the season thus far. It's still Caleb Hollis out there, and it will be Luke Boykin to lead it off. 2-3-4 in the order for the visiting Larks. Hollis's first pitch is way inside. It went behind Boykin. You don't see that very often. It doesn't hit him somehow.
No, again, there's been a couple pitches from Hollis that have just gone way up and in, and that one was up and in so far to the fact that it went behind him. But Hollis has done a nice job. He's gotten in 2 jams. He's had the bases loaded with 1 out twice now in back-to-back innings. I'm sure he'd love to not have to get in that situation again.
And to be fair to Hollis, it really hasn't been his fault in both situations. 2 ground balls that should have been outs and weren't. Swing and a miss by Boykin. He was looking to send that one onto the nearby softball field. It's 2-2.
Well, I think the fact that he's just been able to combat those errors and come back and still find a way to get out of it has been really impressive.
Breaking ball misses low. You're absolutely right. Especially when it's not your fault. It can be so frustrating as a pitcher and hard to shake off, but on 2 occasions, Hollis has been able to do that. It's now a full count to Luke Boykin. He's been on base twice with a walk and a hit by pitch. Payoff pitch just misses, and that's ball 4. Boykin kind of waited there for a second. He wasn't sure. It's a leadoff walk.
Yeah, really tough. That was a really nice breaking ball up and in the zone. Just missed a little high and in. But again, Caleb Hollis has such a good mentality. You know, he's the kind of guy that's never going to take anything too seriously. He just wants to go out there and pitch, you know. He wants to go out, compete, give his team a chance. He's very good at shaking things off.
That's down the left field line. The wind is pushing that one fair, and Duarte makes an incredible catch. That may look like an easy one, folks, but I don't know if I've ever seen spin like that on a ball. It was looking like he was going to go in to the concourse out there down the left field line. Not only was it in play, but it ended up in fair territory, and Duarte was able to snag it.
Yeah, I don't think he expected that one to stay fair. He's obviously always going to run out and give good effort, as this will be it for Caleb Hollis, and what an effort he gives as we'll get our first look at Austin Humphreys.
Outstanding performance from Caleb Hollis. And it is indeed Austin Humphreys. John, I get to see 2 of my Arizona State Sun Devils in 1 game for the Huskies. That's pretty darn good.
I got to imagine that fires you up, Jordan.
Yeah, it sure does. You know, you see some Nebraska guys, you're going to get excited.
Yep.
I am certainly excited to see those Sun Devils. And it is the first appearance of the season for Austin Humphreys. Got to see him pitch a couple times down in the desert this past year. He's from Surprise, Arizona, just west of Phoenix. Went to Shadow Ridge High School. He appeared in 6 games for ASU, allowed 5 earned runs in 6 innings pitched. And he was ranked, John, coming out of high school as the 3rd best lefty arm in Arizona.
Again, a staff that is vacant of left-handed throwers. It's really Colin Linder right now, and that's about it. Maybe we'll see Brennan Compton pitch a little bit as well this summer, but this is just such a weapon for the Huskies to have with Austin Humphreys. Has a pretty good fastball, usually sit about upper 80s. Got here yesterday with him and Compton, and it'll be an immediate big part of the Huskies' bullpen.
We talked with Marcus Pointer, and he has a close relationship with Arizona State head coach Willie Bloomquist. Has helped Bloomquist get a lot of transfers. Pointer, so well connected in the San Francisco Bay Area, has been able to get a lot of guys to come to Arizona State, including Luke Keeschel, who was an All-American for the Sun Devils this past season. And he talked about how Willie Bloomquist is really high on Austin Humphreys.
Yeah, ERA is up there a little bit this season. Obviously, it's kind of a small sample size. He only pitched in 6 innings with Arizona State, but I look at the 5-2. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks this last season. It's the kind of guys that Marcus Pointer wants on his team. Strike throwers, and I know it sounds very repetitive, but that's what all these arms are. They're guys that are going to throw strikes and compete in the zone.
And a lefty arm. It allows you to get a lefty-on-lefty matchup against a really tough hitter in Evan Ames as he cuts and misses through that one. Humphreys, outstanding high school numbers. He was a preseason All-American, All-Region first team out of high school in 2022. Swing and a miss by Ames. 2 big cuts, and he's come up empty on both.
It's a really nice slider as well. Goes in to out. It's got some good movement on it. It's a really dangerous weapon for a lefty.
1-2 with the runner going. That's popped up out of play. We've seen Bismarck utilize that hit and run a couple of times, and it paid off earlier in this game.
They're smart on the base paths. You know, they really do a good job working around. They make smart moves to try to find any way to get runners to come across. Coach Will Flint, he's been around for a while, so he's got plenty of experience.
One and 2 the count. Runner going again. Fouled out of play. 3 consecutive foul balls by Ames, making Humphreys work for it.
Luke Boykin has only taken off once so far this season, and he's 0 for 1 on stolen bases, but showing off some pretty good speed.
A couple of great jumps out there. He's going again. Throw by Keller. Very close play, but sneaking in safely is Luke Boykin. Keller did everything he possibly could there, John, and just a little bit late on the throw.
Really on-target throw. It was just a really good jump from Luke Boykin, and sometimes as a catcher, just got to tip the cap and say, it was a good job, man. I'll get you next time.
Ames checks his swing, holds up, and Boykin was really intent on getting to second base, John, on 3 consecutive pitches. 2 were foul balls, and on the 3rd try, he's able to get there. And he puts a runner in scoring position. Check swing foul.
Especially with Bismarck holding a narrow 1-run lead, and obviously they saw what the Huskies can do in the late innings, making it a 4-run game and having the tying run come to the plate yesterday. Want to try to add on as much as you can.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ames. Humphreys wins the incredible battle for out number 2.
Yeah, what a first at bat that he has with as the Huskies pitcher. Really nice job. Again, that was kind of a slider up. It can be a tough pitch to make. Humphreys has shown off his ability to do that.
CJ Sapicki takes ball 1 low. Sapicki has been on base once. He singled back in the 5th. He struck out twice and grounded out to 3rd. Swing and a miss. You see the fastball there from Humphreys.
That time just able to blow it past him. A lot of off-speed so far used by Humphreys, but then hits him with the fastball. Again, trying to keep the hitters guessing.
That one is high for ball 2. Through his first 3 years of high school, Humphreys 77 strikeouts to 28 walks. Another guy who can just pour up the strikeouts. Picky out of play, and Humphreys 1 strike away from getting out of this.
Funny enough about CJ Sapicki, he's been used as an outfielder in college and also throughout this summer, but he was the #1 shortstop prospect in 2020 out of Missouri.
2-2. Broken bat, shallow line drive, caught by Cole. Austin Humphreys great in his debut here in the 8th. We'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Larks lead at 6-5. You're watching the Northwoods League Baseball Network.